How are you this evening, Mr. Donovan?
I'm doing well, Mr. Sonia. How about yourself, sir?
No complaints at all, sir. Thanks for asking.
I feel slightly underdressed. Let me go put on a better shirt.
No, that's what they're enough. Keep your shirt on, bro.
Literally, I'll be like very caustic.
You left for real. All right, and it looks like we are live now. So good evening, everybody. This is Mike Dalco, the CEO, Continuously Empowering Others. Got a panel assembled here, and the meeting was actually created by our amazing new team members, upcoming superstars, Mr. Dwayne Taylor. We call him Coach. He's always thinking on a different level. And also the tech guru of our Wealth Builders family, Mr. Demi Sanya. And then we just got Donovan Yarbo. He just went and changed shirts so he can feel like he's more professional tonight. What's funny about it to me is we entitled this stream From the Heart, An Entrepreneur's Journey. And we literally, oh, good solution, Larry Bay. Thank you, brother. We literally are all entrepreneurs on this entrepreneurial journey. And it's okay if Donovan wears a shirt late at night because we're on a mission. So I want to kick this over to our host for this evening, Mr. Dwayne Taylor, who's the handsome gentleman with the blue shirt and the baseball cap, and Mr. Demi Sanya, the distinguished millionaire at the lower quadrant of your screen from the DMV. Good evening, guys.
Good evening, sir.
Good
Thank
evening,
you so
good
much,
evening.
Mr. Delco. Yes, sir. Oh, man. All-star panel here. I want to sit back and get my notepad. This is an erasable notepad right here. I can erase my notes and go back to them, man. So I got a cup. I'm ready to drink the knowledge, brothers. But we want to just thank everyone for joining us this evening, man. And entrepreneur's journey, man, speaking from the heart. Last time, brother Dwayne and myself was doing the stream, big brother Donovan, it was, I think, 2 years ago, man. Time is so valuable, and that time has moved on. And brother, we had so many ears and eyes on that, and we were using a different platform at that time. I don't even remember the name. I think it was Be Love or something that Mr. Delco. So, you know, this technology is amazing and continues to evolve, man. So it's just a blessing to come on here and just speak from my heart, but you know, about what's going on with each individual, what's going on with the world, and the importance of change. You know what I mean? And what us entrepreneurs are doing in this digital world.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
You know,
First and foremost, man, I would want to say thank you for having me on the platform, man. It's truly an honor not to just listen in, because I was prepared just to listen in, especially when I hear you speak, Mr. Sanya, and when I hear my amazing business partner, Mr. Taylor, speak. I mean, just you can hear the spirit of wisdom on both of you. And what I'm witnessing, what I'm feeling in my heart right now, having almost having like the torch being passed from Mr. Dalco and now Mr. Williams being on the platform. You know, they've sown in us to raise us up to lead the next generation of leaders, you know, in this, you know, so not that they're going into retirement, but moving on to bigger and better things for the team. So they need people to be able to continue to groom the new people coming in, and they're preparing us. So thank you guys for raising me up and bringing me into something like this to continue that evolution as an entrepreneur.
So check this out. On my computer screen, Mr. Delco's on the bottom left, Mr. Pills on the bottom right, and us three are up top.
Wow. I love it.
Right.
I love it. Let me see if I can configure mine to make that happen. Let me ask you, let me start you guys out with the question. I want to know this from, I call myself an old entrepreneur because I'm probably Big Pill is on here. I was going to say I was the oldest person on the panel. But I want to ask you guys this question, and y'all can just go around the horn and answer it.
On the bottom
It's a two-part question. Part one, did you ever feel like quitting as you started out on this mission with Carrot Bars? And the B part of the question is, why do you think people give up?
Well, I can start off with that, Mr. Delco. Great question too, man. And it's crazy. I think it's from the lifestyle that I had coming up as a young man. Wasn't crazy, and some people have heard me tell my story, but you know, once upon a time, I'm a fast forward, but I think one of the most horrific times of my life was when I was paralyzed and I had to learn how to walk again. And it took me about 2 years to really get back on my feet. And I know, you know, I had to move around as just as a regular individual, a human being. So I couldn't give up on learning how to walk again. You know, it was like a baby coming out of the womb. And just to take 2 steps, I would sweat like I ran, you know, 5 miles, man. So that process of learning how to walk again, coming out of being paralyzed, and then getting introduced to free enterprise and understanding what it takes, not still with that same company, but then coming over here to you know, Karatbars and really dealing with something that's real, as we all know. Won't go into preaching to the choir about that, but I really never thought about quitting. Never thought about quitting. When I fully understood what it takes to build a network, when I knew that people saying no, that's just part of the system, that's part of the business. People coming in and quitting, that's just part of the business. So once I knew this, you know, just like I'm getting into a car, I may jump into a Lamborghini. I know it's a fast car, so that's what I'm going to expect. So I have to position myself correctly, make sure that seatbelt is on, and get ready for a fast ride. So in this industry, you know that you're building something, and that's the key word, building. It's a process, and you have to keep going. So I just never it's like, this is my life, and my network isn't where I want it to be yet, but I know I have to keep going. But if I stop, I won't never get there. So that's been my journey. It's never been a thought of quitting. This is part of the journey. This is part of the development. This is business, and this is how it is in network marketing.
I'll let you go, Dwayne.
Go ahead, Mr. Yarbrough. I'm in practicing the art of listening, so I'm gonna let you go.
That's a good practice. Excellent practice.
I mean, it's hard to follow someone who had to persevere to the point of learning to walk again. You know, so it's things like this, these experiences in this industry that you can't script. You know, I'm just getting to know Mr. Sonia from his live streams and seeing him at Let's Go Weekend 7, but I would have never known that just from meeting him, that he went through that struggle in life. So for me, I mean, I'm just going to go on the B part of the question. Like Mr. Sonia said, to give up is not an option, because once you see it, once you see the vision, to give up is to abort the fulfillment of that. And, you know, I already see the vision. I already have the vision. So I'm not so much excited about getting there. I'm excited about the journey. Learning the process of when people say no. And, you know, I wish my wife was here so I could bring her in real quick, but she's had to, you know, she's had to be that motherly, that womanly shoulder for me to rest on when you know, I couldn't take the no's. Like, oh, are these people stupid? You know, no disrespect to anybody, but, you know, because I see it. And now evolving to this point of understanding that you have to give your team time to succeed, give yourself time to succeed, and give some people time to even catch the vision.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. I know for me, like, I know my whole life has been a different journey. Like, I know it without a shadow of a doubt. My journey has been, I would say, more on, if we're going to say categories, I would say my whole journey has been a spiritual journey. And I can recognize it all the way back to the age of 9. And I've just been trusting this spirit within, and it's taken me on this journey, and it introduced me to network marketing. And when I got into it, I didn't know what I got into. I really didn't. The first 3 companies, I just paid money and sat there. I didn't know nothing. Like, my boy's like, come on, D, we gonna do this thing. I'm like, I bet. Cause that's who I was, man. I was like, I would jump in a minute, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would move in a heartbeat. So it was nothing for me to just jump at stuff, right? Cause I never really cared anyway. Like, money didn't really mean that much to me back then. I had the carefree attitude, wrong relationship with it, right?
Right.
So I finally get into this one company, a nutritional company, and there's this guy, he's in there. You know, you got I won't mention names, but you got your Harold Sites, and then we had somebody in there like Ty Best, and he had a son, and that dude was banging 25, driving Lambos, Bentleys, like living it up. I was like, yo, these cats living like that. And I saw the free life like back then, even when my boy showed me we're gonna do this. I mean, because the one thing he did, one sponsor, whatever, I guess, I don't know what he was, he showed us like what could happen, what could be. But I also remember like one time when I was in California, I believe I went to a network marketing event. It was the one that has the armor protection or whatever. And I was actually in the audience looking at them like, man, look at these cats, man, this is fake. I was like, these cats can't be this happy. It was the fact that I just didn't realize I was that dang miserable.
Right.
But I was like, man, this is fake. These cats can't be this happy. So I was like, nah, I'll never. But fast forward. So I seen a little bit of structure, right? I got a little bit. Lo and behold, I get the text from Big Pill, I get in Karatbars. But what I can say is, like, I've been in this journey 12 years, but I've only actually really been practicing like 3.5, like since I've really been Karatbars. You know what I'm saying? My first year was like a red shirt year. Like I was dealing with all my personal issues, and that's what has hindered me my entire career in this thing is my own personal issues. Like that's my struggle. Like that's why, you know, on this journey, you got to do what you feel comes up you need to do no matter what, because sometimes on the other side of things, it's a greater release, and you're going to bring more into your life because of that. And sometimes you're going to look crazy on this journey because it's an entrepreneurial journey. Right. And the entrepreneurial journey is a dream journey. It's a dream world, and it's a world of spectacular, amazing, wonderful, scary, frightening, fearful, crying, crazy, I'm losing my mind. What the, man?
All the emotions.
All the emotions.
Right.
But you just got to know not to quit.
Right.
Whatever you do, just don't stop the process of learning. Like Mr. Roger Williams used to always say, don't stop. Look, I'm having a deja vu moment right now. Why? Because this is the life I dreamed of. I'm stepping into my dream. If you keep going, you will step into your dream. I'm going to pass the baton. Go. I don't want to take the conversation. So.
Nah, brother, you got to share that love and share that passion, man. And this is deep because once again, just coming into the other program I was part of, the other business, which was cool. You know, it dealt with what people dealt with. It made sense. But I go back to the time I met Mr. Mike Delco, you know, years ago when Valerie did the three-way call, following the system at the early stages, you know, and I didn't take this thing serious at that time. But I just watching how Mr. Delco has become the guru and the giant that he is today. It's just amazing what Karatbars has done. And I mean, I say to this day, Mr. Delco, he doesn't even remember that three-way call, but just the way he, you know, the way he spoke and just his posture, everything has just been different. But this is because Karatbars is the realest opportunity, in my opinion, on the planet. But that's just it. I've never experienced this much awesome leadership in my life. With all due respect to the other program that I was in, it's because of what we're dealing with. It's something that's real.
I'm about to say it's the product.
That's it.
It's the product.
It's the product, you know. And I went to a networking event about 2 weeks ago, and I won't put the names out there, but it's a new networking company, and the concept was cool because of what it was dealing with, is something that people love. But when I heard them using some of the same language that we use, but at the end of the day, as an entrepreneur, as an individual, as an employee, whoever you are, financial literacy and financial education, especially in these times, is so important. So that's why Karatbars just develops true leaders, because once you step outside that box of comfort, so you got to get uncomfortable. And I think we already know this, especially on this panel. Once you step out that box right there, man, of comfortability, and you know that I have to face this uncomfortable stage to get to the next level. Now, man, when I hit the streets, I mean, I come in the store, I'm smiling, I'm talking, man, to everybody. Man, they may think I'm crazy. I mean, I came in the store today with, I'm wiping my car down because it's just a day. I'm just out wiping my car down at the parking lot. I had gloves on with this same outfit on. And the guy said, "Don't rob me." I said, "I'm not robbing nobody, brother. I come to protect. I come to save." And I mean, it's just this right here brings out the true you, because this, I don't need to get into, you know how I can go. This system has damaged us so much.
Wow.
We think we cannot take it to the next level.
Man.
As this world gets worse and worse, it's really the best time to get better and better. But we're just so afraid, man. So Karatbars has turned me into a completely, I never thought that I would be connecting with these amazing people I'm on this platform with right now. Never in life. Leveraging this technology right here with this knowledge that we have. Can't nobody sit at the table with us with a PhD or a master's degree and begin to debate about anything in a professional way, because you working for money, man. So I don't even want, let me pass the baton. I mean, because this thing is real, man.
Yes.
I've never in my life felt like this.
Yes.
Never. I don't care. I don't care, man. This is a blessing, man. I don't care. Karatbars is the best deal on the planet. On the planet.
I have an affirmation.
My brother Donovan.
No, it's fine, man. It's fine. I mean, I'm gonna let you go until you empty, man.
Hey, I'm never empty.
I know.
Look, when you're drinking from a cup from Mr. Delco, Mr. Roger, Mr. Top Best, Mr. Twin, I'm never empty. I can run my. Sometimes I have to apologize to people. I'm so sorry. They say, no, keep the. I said, look, I'm just excited. Why are you excited? Because it's the weekend? No, the weekend. Every day is the weekend.
Right.
Every day I'm excited because I'm alive and free. That's why I'm excited. And I ain't just get out of jail. You know, been there, done that, you know, but those were part of the development stages as a young man. You know what I mean? So, man, life is good, especially when you're alive and you got Karatbars. I pass that on to you, brother Don.
I was just gonna add, man, that on my mirror now is a I'm sorry, I just got a thing that said my connection is unstable. You guys can hear me just fine, right?
Yeah, you know, we can hear you. They're saying that our pictures are frozen, but they can hear us fine. So just keep rolling.
I noticed the picture's frozen. Yeah.
All right. So on my bathroom mirror now, because that's part of my vision building as well, is that my reflection. I see myself, but I also see the things that I'm attracting into my life. But I have a small caption on there that says, "Life begins at the end of your comfort zone." And I once did a live stream on that what in this world, and I know what it is now, but I was just proposing the question for people to really start to interview themselves. What told us to stop at comfort? You know what I'm saying? What made us stop at this level that we achieved this, what on the big scheme of things is a very low level. You know, I put together my own, this is something I'm developing, the 7 levels of I guess, nobility or the hierarchy in this world. And it's on my whiteboard. You can't see it, but it starts at the top with super wealthy, then rich, then middle class, then broke, then poor, and last is poverty. Well, how do we get just above poor to broke and middle class, and something told us to stop? That okay, you're good. I can take care of me and mine. What told us to stop? Why did we stop dreaming and believing like we were as kids that we could own the world, that the world was our oyster to go explore? What put us in that comfort zone? And that's why I have that caption that I read every morning. Life begins at the end of your comfort zone. So when I find myself being comfortable, and like we do, our resting face is naturally this. Right now, I'm consciously competent that now I got to smile.
Right.
I got to smile. And then they stole the word from us to make us not use it. I'm gay. Oh, you're what? Yeah, gay means happy. I'm happy. I'm walking around with a, you're not taking that word from me for me not to associate with what I am. Yes, look it up in the dictionary. It does not mean that I like men in an affectionate way. And if that's your preference, that's you. But gay means happy. So I walk around with a gay expression at all times because people look at you and say, "Man, something wrong with him. Is he gay?" Nah, man. Nah, I got the best. I'm on the best journey in life, and I have the best product program, and like you said, the best leadership. So why would I walk around like this?
Right, right.
I know people can't see me, but man, all my whites, all my pearlies, I love it.
Yes, sir, Brother Donovan. Yeah, and that's how most do. But let me give it to Brother Dwayne. I know he has a lot on his heart right now.
Oh man,
that's the doctor right there, man. I gotta give it to Dwayne, his boy. Dwayne is surgeon when it comes to this information.
I mean, just seeing the growth in everybody on this platform, Mr. Delco. Like I look at Mr. Delco, and you know, man, when you're going through this journey and you see somebody become successful, celebrate that. Let me help some of y'all out there. Right now, some of y'all are hating and you got jealousy and enviness in your heart. And it's okay because you're growing through that. But just know deeper than that level, appreciate that man's success. And here's why. Because when you begin to live this life and you really begin to see that everybody's a reflection of who you are, you have to see yourself in Mr. Delco in order for you to achieve success, because this thing is built on laws and principles, and being in Karatbars will lead you to the laws and the principles that lead to higher laws and higher principles. Because to get to the spiritual realm, you got to first tackle that physical realm. And who's the god of the physical realm? That Mammon. But when you go behind the curtain and you see what Mammon truly is, then you get to operate and do what you get to do, and you get to make that stuff come to you. So that's why we're saying don't stop your journey, because you got to understand you're going through the process of becoming who you are. Like every time you see somebody that you appreciate, that's your reflection. That's why you're attracted to them. Every time you see somebody that you are appalled by, you need to accept that, because that's you. You're appalled.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I just love the fact that, you know, people are afraid to talk about that portion. And I think I'm here in this realm now to say, no, it's part of the system. Like, stop putting it in a place that you making it spooky, because it's not spooky. It's no different than the cardiovascular, the nervous, the lymphatic. Why is the lymphatic spooky? Why is the cardiovascular and the neuromuscular okay, but the lymphatic spooky? Why is that spooky when it's a part of who you are?
Right.
And I want people to remember, like, that's part of your journey as well. You're becoming business savvy and knowing who you are savvy, because at the end of the day, it really does come down to you truly knowing who you are.
Man, Coach, you said it best, man. And I mean, that definition that you gave me months ago, and that you started to broadcast publicly as well, that, this is a personal development program disguised as a network marketing company. And we're not only becoming our best selves, but what our product and our system is taking us to that place that we always knew we were supposed to be. As we're becoming our best selves, now we can prosper even as our soul prospers. So even as my man becomes better, as I really get to know the true Donovan and express that to the world, now that prosperity that I always knew was there, but was hidden from me. Like the scales were on my eyes, I couldn't see it. What's my path? How do I get there? Because like I was sharing with a young lady today, I've always been on a journey to try to get money. And I mean, literally me meeting my wife was me with a left leg on the good side of the fence, right leg on the bad side of the fence. And I had just made a phone call to stop straddling that fence and go ahead and go get in this dirt and go do what I know I could do to go make some fast money. And that's when this woman pictured behind me stepped to the forefront and bounced in with a gay attitude. Hey, how you doing? Wow. Wow. The timing of you coming here right now, knowing the phone call that I just made.
Right.
Changed my whole life to bring me to this point, man, where I can build with brothers and sisters of all different walks of life from all over the world with the common goal to see not just me and my family walk in freedom, but everyone that connects to us. And like you said, Mr. Taylor, that's why when you look at Mr. Dalco's success, appreciate the destination where he's at. And I know that brother's not finished, but also recognize the journey that's a trailblazer. That's a trailblazer that we get to walk behind. He's already cut the path. And now all we got to do is just fire up behind that with that, man. It's, oh my God, man.
Yes. I mean, the journey is amazing, man. I mean, we could talk on that subject all day long, but once again, I personally can't believe that I'm here, you know, coming from the life that I've lived. And, you know, I was talking to Valerie today, and we talk every day. I mean, this when you know you're in something that's real. I mean, I love this sister like my blood, you know, and I met Valerie years ago and brought her into my old program. And Valerie said, Demi, I have something to share with you, you know, and I mean, it's gold. So, you know, it was like the friendships you develop, the integrity that you develop. Cause I don't know how it feels to be jealous. You know, I want for the next person that I want for myself. So I saw someone posting that on Facebook today. I don't understand. I don't even know how that feeling is. If someone's successful, I'm alive. I have the opportunity to do what that person has done. So I don't really know how that is. But at the same time, you're not in business if you don't have haters. Haters are going to come about. That's just life. That's business. That's how it is. Success brings haters, and you just have to deal with it, but understand that that's just part of the journey.
There it is. It's part of the system.
Yes, sir.
Haters, look. Haters, y'all got to start looking at it like this. The haters are part of the system. If y'all can get systems, boy, I'm telling you, your life gonna speed up real quick. When you can begin to break this thing down through systems and see this, man, look, I'm going to another place I don't need to go, but
go.
No, we pulling it out you, man.
Go, brother.
When you begin to see this thing in systems, everything is a system, y'all. This thing works in systems and cycles. And when you can read the systems and the cycles, boy, you can begin to bend this thing to whatever you choose. It is designed to build to your creative will and intent. It's designed to bend to your will.
That's right.
Mr. Alan Austin, we was talking the other day, and he brought it up. And look, let me help y'all real quick. Everybody, if you really want to get in the vein of Mr. Harold Sykes, I was talking to somebody earlier, and he was talking about how Mr. Harold Sykes thinks and all this and da-da-da-da-da. I said, well, if you really want to know that, then go back in the back office and get what he told you to get, and it's called the Master Key. And the Master Key is going to teach you how to operate both systems. Look, you have a system that is analytical that you need to learn to control, and you got a system that's creative that you need to learn to control. And your journey is balancing them two in this world so you can stand in the middle in between and see both worlds. And what I mean, and I literally mean this in real life, I am a half breed. I said that before. I'm a half breed. I can look into the Black culture and see the blackest of Black that hate white people and accept them and love them all. I can look at white people and see the whitest of white that can't stand Black people and love them all. and I get to stand in the middle, and I get to see both worlds speak the same idea with different dialects, and they hate each other for the exact same reason. Because they don't understand. They're so far polarized that they don't get it. So you got to get closer to the middle to understand who you truly are, because that's when you begin to walk in this world and you crack concrete.
That makes sense. It makes sense. You don't really, I like how you put that, you know, and it's I hate wrong. I don't hate an individual. I just hate wrong acts.
Yes.
But
Yes.
like you said, when you come into that person you're supposed to be, you can walk in the world, black, purple, green, orange, whatever it is, and be you. Express how you feel. Share the information. Shake hands. Compliment this person. Ask how this person's day is going. When you come into who you're really supposed to be, and like you said, systems. We've been brought up in a system of this world, especially America. And this system has programmed us, and this is hard for us to take. People still, I mean, I walked up in a Jamaican store today. I was in the neighborhood just to speak to the owners because I know them, and it was a group of millennials. Went to going to Howard University. And I walked in there and was like, oh man, this is the party. I said, well, let me change that. This is not a party, but any opportunity I get to be in front of the millennials is a blessing. And I just got to talking. And they asked me, well, what do you do? I say, well, hey, well, not what I do, what we do, because I wouldn't be who I am if it wasn't a we. So once we take ourselves out of ourselves and understand and get to the next level, we must be part of a system that's based on building team and based on building something that's real. And this is what Karatbars allows us to have. But I had a great conversation with some millennials today, man. And just to get a chance to share with them, because we got to keep it real out here. We living in a real time, but we keep it real with love. Show them love, show them compassion, show them that you care. So these millennials accepted me, man. But once again, I don't believe that I'm doing these things, man. And this is all because it's like
I believe it, brother, because you're doing them.
You know, you sitting here, it's 9 people standing, looking at you, strangers listening to you. We have the older generation sitting right in the store I was in, and I had the millennials. So this information is for both, because you have a chance for the older generations maybe to save your financial future, but for the millennials, you have people before you that have failed, they didn't know, but these are your examples right in front of our face. We walk past them every day, but like we've been talking about, the system that we've been programmed to be part of is a failing system. But I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, boy, what a system we have here in Karatbars, because it's something that's real. Oh my gosh, this is something. This journey is amazing. I mean, amazing, man.
And this has been part of my entrepreneurial journey, man. Just speaking from the heart, is this really shown me my love for people, my love for the differences in people. You know, really appreciating that and really getting back to the essence of who I am, because through the programming of who I thought I was supposed to be, because I was a jock. I was a standout high school athlete, played Division I college football. So that I let that define me instead of me defining me in doing that. At heart, I'm a nerd, love being a nerd, love my analytical side, love numbers, love just researching and digging in and getting to an answer to something like a scientist. I also love to talk. You know, but in being who I thought I had to be, you know, I got to be the strong, silent type. You know, the big burly. You know, I walk in the room and everybody shut up because I'm Debo in the room. You know, because this is who I'm supposed to be, and not being that soft, lovable kind of guy that just wanted to love everybody. Are we still connected? I see pictures going away. We good?
Yeah, it just says host has stopped your video.
Okay, probably because it's frozen. But shoot, man, those that are on the platform, man, that is the beauty of this journey. Is it's almost like Mr. Dalco says, with how our system compresses time and you start making money outside of time. We've compressed all of that foolishness that programmed us, and we're able to bring our childhood right to now. And we're able to connect that. So that timeline of foolishness was dropped out, and now that childlike fervor, that childlike zest and zeal and hunger for life has just connected, you know, to us now. So now I'm like a child at this, like I'm waking up every day like it's time to go outside and play. Who can I meet? Who can I introduce to this?
That's why wisdom says you got to come like a child.
Man.
That's
Man,
why
I see we got
to come like a child.
Man, I don't know if y'all saw Mr. Higgins came in, man. So, Mr.
Yeah.
Higgins, I would love to get your insight on this.
Always said, Mr. Higgins, man.
Oh my gosh, can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir. We can hear you loud and clear, Brother Higgins.
Oh my gosh, I'm sitting here absorbing what you guys are putting out, and I just couldn't resist. It was just pulling me in, especially when you guys are talking about systems. Oh my goodness. There's so much that you could say about being aware of the systems that you are in, being aware of what has impacted you and changed your way of thinking. Woo! I remember Mr. Alan Austin said, the Matrix is real.
Yes, sir.
Because we get caught up in so many things that don't really connect with who we really are. It's just all smoke and mirrors. We got systems, monetary systems that we had no involvement in that have impacted us negatively. We have religious systems that move us away from who we really are created to be.
Wow.
I mean, we have political systems that pull us away from connecting with people. So, man, when you guys said that, I just had to just jump in, man. You guys are spitting some knowledge. Oh my gosh, you guys are spitting some knowledge. I love hearing from every one of you gentlemen. Man, oh my goodness.
It's all from the heart, man. I mean, there was no format that Mr. Sonia came up with. Mr. Dalco posed the question. They came up with a title, and just out of the abundance of the heart, man, I'm so full of this Karatbar system, like you said, Mr. Higgins, that has bridged the gap between all of that, between the religious systems that's tried to separate us and show us that we're different in a negative way. No, we're different in a positive way.
Right.
So we come together from all different walks of life, man, and bond together on a platform like this and draw people in and speak from my truth, from Demi's truth, from Dwayne's truth, from Mr. Dalco's truth, your truth, Daniel Higgins. I mean, it's just like I don't sleep well. I mean, when I go to sleep, I sleep good, but it's hard for me to go to sleep sometimes because I don't want to miss anything. Who's on Facebook? Who's on live? Who's sharing? That's a great picture. I like it. I don't want to miss this.
Especially when Isaac Matias is on. I'm like, wait, I'm staying up for this.
Hey, Donovan, I got a question for you. I think you're the perfect person to open the lens of people in this camp of, you didn't see this right away. I heard your testimony at you guys' live meeting, and it really inspired me because I saw you as this very sharp individual. You and your wife, beautiful, handsome couple, you know, everything. It's all power couple looking. You're successful in your own right. You guys got good jobs. Y'all are smart. You're educated. And when Dwayne came to you with Karatbars, you didn't see it. Talk to the hearts of people. Look, wait. I got a little emotional just now because Dwayne and I were doing a stream earlier and we talked about the programming. And I promise you, it makes my heart bleed when people don't see it. Now, I'm a professional. I've learned not to get emotionally entangled where it derails me from going on to the next prepared dreamer. But what is in the mind of the person that doesn't see it yet? Talk to us about your personal experience. I know everybody's different.
All right, I'm gonna try to condense this, but I mean, the true sad part of it is that I knew Mr. Taylor. I had saw Mr. Taylor in an exalted position that I respected. So to sit down with him was easy. That was the easy part. okay, tell me about what you got, sit down at the Starbucks. And just as passionate as he explains it now, but obviously we were in a public setting, it came across real smooth and nothing changed. And I took notes. I'm so thankful for those notes. I'm so thankful that I was a person that took notes, because had I not taken notes, I wouldn't be here right now. I'd be downstairs watching the game, still lost, still looking like the picture of success while I'm hurting inside. But that 15-month span, I mean, I was talking to Mr. Williams and Mr. Taylor about this last week. We were on a platform together, and I was like, I would like to look back and see, what was I thinking, Mr. Dalco? Because now that I see it, I can't even reimagine the gentleman that didn't see it.
And you can't, and once you see it, you can't unsee it. No, it's like this. Once you wake up, you don't just wake up groggy, like wiping crust out of your eyes. You wake up like, bam, like, oh my God, they've been fooling me.
Right.
It's like so awake until you can smell fragrances you couldn't smell before. You can see little shadows moving in the corner you couldn't see before. Like today, Sherry Brown played that audio, and I literally started physically sweating. My wife was laughing at me. I was like, babe, I was so angry that I have been blind for so long. And the answers aren't even difficult. They're right there. Like, you don't have to turn for it. Like, wait, let me prove it. Let me prove it. Something as simple as in 1971, Richard Nixon took the dollar off the
gold standard. Right.
There's the answer.
Right.
Why did he do it? It's not even hard. Like you okay, even if you don't say why did he do it, say why were we on a gold standard? No one even takes a moment. We're so bound in our daily occupations. Run to work, run back home, run to work, run back home, run to work, run back home. It's the weekend. Yes, it's Sunday. Oh my God, run to work, run back. And you do that, and then you die. And we watched our parents and grandparents die doing this foolishness.
I lost my father at 43.
Nobody's gonna say, wait a minute, this is not, look, we know the statistics that 82% of people graduate with a degree and don't go to work in their field of study. Why do we keep doing it? I mean, just speaking from the heart, why do we do it? That programming is so good.
Man. I'll show you why. Just like we got these boxes around our videos. Why? I was speaking to a lady, she's probably like in her 80s. I said, what was your dream growing up? And she said, well, back in my day, a woman dreamed of only being either a cook, a nurse, a homemaker, a nurse, or something else. Because that's all they were ever told that they could ever be. They had like three things: a teacher, nurse, homemaker. That was their dream. Those were the only three dreams that they could envision.
This system dumbs us down. And I know that parents are not liking this, who are staying in the norm. They don't want to hear that. I always hear Robert Kiyosaki joke when he says, the parents say, don't tell my kids that the school system now is failing us. And I remember when myself and Brother Dwayne, when we had that talk long time ago, oh wow, I'm about to have to put the trap on, and our mentor is here. Go ahead and yes, sir.
I'm lying in bed, man, minding my business. I don't want to be up here. I'm gone.
Hey, bro. Mr. Best is the best, man. So this system is really, I see the children on Facebook, and I mean they graduating. And my son came into Karatbars, and he actually followed the system real hard for about 2 weeks. and then he died off. I love him to death. And, you know, we talk on a daily
you love him
basis.
to life.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you for correcting me, Brother Teller. I love him to life. But I got a chance to speak to every single, because he was following the system, doing the three-way calls. I got a chance to speak to all of the brothers and even young women that he brought on board. Every single one of them working hard. Every single one of them working hard. I asked them a question. So is your parents working hard? They said, yeah, my mom's is working hard too. And she's tired. So it's a cycle. Like I've heard one of the top entrepreneurs, I think it's Ty Lopez, say it's a revolving door of poverty. That we bring the children up in this environment and we teach them that working hard instead of working smart is the way to go. With this system it's just an outdated, obsolete system. We do need, as Mr. Delco, I've heard him say this, and Mr. Best, we need our lawyers, we need our doctors, right? We need the Uber driver, we need the waiter. But the awareness of where we are today and the times that we're living in, never forget that stream to Mr. Delco, really a presentation that he did for me years ago, where he mentioned the roulette table along with the Brady Bunch years. We're not in these times anymore. And this system is really Robert writing a new book called Fake. What's real, what's fake, that this system is making us poor. It's making us poor. And I know this is uncomfortable information for the majority. How is the school system making us poor? Well, it's a system that, number one, is teaching us to get jobs, and jobs are being taken away. Jobs are being farmed out overseas. It's a system that if I make more money, it's taking more money from me because of taxes and time, freedom. So it's a system that's just done in the times that we're living in. And then, as you know, my favorite and number one quote, it's not teaching us anything about money, and it never will. These youngins that in the restaurant today asked me, well, why don't you think they don't teach us about money in school? I said, why would the wealthy teach you to be like them? It's a system that they want to keep you a robot to work for them and just do as you're told. So they really sat back and thought. Every single one of them asked me for my business card, but I told them we're here to help you, because you got to protect your brain in the times that we're in now. It's the mindset that's going to allow us to move forward in life. And if we don't control and take on our own minds, we'll be a pawn to this mess for the rest of our lives. This system is done.
Let me read this real quick, because you're talking about schools. This is from the Napoleon Hill Foundation. 15 things school doesn't teach you: how to sell, how to think, how to negotiate, how to face failure, how to manage time, how to invest money, principles of success, how to build a career, how to handle money, how to make an impact, how to start a business, the importance of travel, how to be a good partner, how to communicate well, and how to read a financial statement.
Wow. Napoleon Hill. Wow.
Man, when you guys said that on the stream today, I was on Marta, so it was cutting in and out, so I had to watch it right afterwards. But when you talked about how, Mr. Dalco, you brought up the anatomy of fidelity in a relationship and why, and that you know, two working together, you know, the exponential power that you receive. And then when you equated it to the classroom, that, well, why do I have to do my test by myself? You know, almost everything that we do that's successful is gonna require what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, a team. It's gonna require collaboration.
Yes.
So why are we not learning in collaboration, being taught those skills to really, I mean, we leave it up to the sports. Oh yeah, well, you go on the sports team and you collaborate in that. But no, in every field, every endeavor, we should be collabing with someone of like mind to walk this path, so we get there twice as fast. We get to it twice as quick.
Right.
Watch this one right here. Here's another thing the school didn't teach you. Literally, everybody on this stream tonight, if you've worked for 20 years, the median income in America is $52,000 a year. If you take 52,000, I'm gonna do 52,000 times 20. literally everybody on the stream has earned $1 million. Here's a problem. Here's a problem. 2 things school won't teach you. Number 1, pay yourself first. If you paid yourself first 10%, everybody on the stream should have $104,000 after working 20 years. But nobody does.
Right.
No one has $104,000. No one.
No.
No, I'm not saying I do or don't. I'm saying 90% of the population do not have $10,000 in the bank.
Right.
90%.
Well, we have a whole
I can
system
guarantee
that's in debt.
if I talk to 10 people on the stream, 9 of y'all don't have $100,000 saved. And you've been working 20 years. How come no one said, how come no one said, save 10% of everything you earn? No one taught you to pay yourself first. That one simple principle that everybody can do with no problem. You know what we do? We make $100 a week, we spend 99. We make $1,000 a week, we spend 990. We're called on TV out loud like they can't, we can't hear them. They call us consumers. They cuss you out to your face every day. Consumer price index, consumer confidence.
Yeah, commodity.
They call you consumer. Like they know you can't save. They call you consumer. So number 1, they never teach us to pay ourselves first. Number 2, we made $1 million, but taxes took 40%.
Right.
They never taught you to maximize taxes by being an entrepreneur.
Right. Right.
They want you to feed the beast. And what do? We line up.
Off the cliff next.
Yep, right off that cliff.
Yeah.
Those assembly line. We love to pay the beast.
That's right.
And Mr. Bianco, that's going back to the question that you asked me, why didn't I see it for 15 months? Because I was smarter than the average bear. You know, my intelligence quotient based on the standardized test puts me in the top 3 percentile in the US. So here I am with this high-mindedness, thinking that I'm smarter than Mr. Taylor, showing me a proven system of pay yourself first, share with others, earn money. Simple, easy. Because those notes is what brought me back to it after having someone over my house with my wife out of town, discussing the fact that we need to be better husbands, number 1. Not that we were bad husbands, but you can always be better and being better stewards of our finances. So we decide I'm gonna be my brother's keeper. I'm gonna hold you accountable, hold me accountable to make sure we're not moving off into the realm of being fathers to our wives or something that we're not supposed to be. So you leave my house and I go into my den. Okay, God, I missed something. Show me what I missed. And that's when I heard Karatbars. And that's when I was able to go to the notes that I took from when me and Dwayne sat down 15 months ago, a book that I carry every day. And I share with Mr. Taylor the notes that went right after what he told me. It said, God designed you for something better. And I never looked back at the page where he had given me.
Let me say one more quick thing, because you guys are so on fire. You talk Ty Best out of bed. He wants to speak. Let me say this one thing before Mr. Best speaks.
Yes, sir.
Because I think when he takes the microphone, he's going to shut it down because I know him. Look, when we start thinking about economics, these very simple principles of economics and things like pay yourself first and own your own business. I was talking to Mr. Louis Straub, and he listened to this podcast of a very wealthy man named Robert Kiyosaki. And Robert Kiyosaki was talking about the dumbing down of America and how we believe politicians, in order for them to get elected, they make statements like, we're going to give tax cuts. Tax cut is a word that says, the word tax cut means vote for me. Now, there was this huge argument over who got the majority of the tax cut. Did the rich get it or did the poor get it? The truth is, it really doesn't even matter. If they gave an across the board 50% tax cut, the wealthy still gonna get it. Here's why. Because there's no such thing as trickle down economics, because the wealthy don't spend money. They don't spend money. If more money comes into the coffers of the wealthy, they grow it and keep it.
Yep.
More money comes into the hands of the poor middle class, they get it and spend it.
Mm.
They make it rain. That's exactly right, Dwayne. They make it rain. They buy belt buckles and red bottoms, while the wealthy turn it into assets and they hold it and amass it and grow it. The poor middle class turn it into stuff that depreciates. It's a friend of mine who came into some money, I want to call it substantial, about $80,000. I was looking at a house show tonight. They flipped the house and they put $300,000 in the house to make 360. It took them 90 days to make 60,000. And I was unimpressed. I was like, I told my wife, I said, babe, it took them 90 days and all that labor and all that liability to make 60 measly $1,000. We've been dumbed down to think like workers. When the wealthy don't work, they let businesses and systems and money work for them. And when you give them a tax cut and they hoard it in assets, and then we hate on them, like Mr. Taylor said, we hate on them and say, oh, they greedy. You're not greedy when you buy a $2.5 million car when your net worth is $2 billion. You're greedy when you buy a $150,000 house and your net worth is $100,000. You're greedy when you got a $1,200 mortgage, where the wealthy have a $50 million house that they own.
Right.
Everything is relative. With that being said, let me kick this to a really rich guy. Let me kick this over to a really rich guy.
The millionaire maker himself.
On this stream tonight and say hello to everybody. Our senior partner, a guy who literally took my brain, snatched it out of my head, washed it with Clorox.
Wow. Wow.
Hey, look, good evening. Good evening. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
Look, I'm not trying to usurp your call, man. I'm sitting here enjoying the call like everybody else. That's why you pop me up. That's, hey, man, take me off. Don't show my video. I'm lying in bed. Okay, I'm literally lying in bed beside Val, watching this like must-see TV. Enjoy. Forget whatever's on late night television, man. I'm enjoying the show. And you guys are right on the money. I don't have anything to add except, people believe what they believe, number one, because they've been conditioned. I just wanted to add, it's a conditioning process. And that's what we're in the process of doing, is helping to unlock that conditioning, helping to unlock that Willie Lynch syndrome that so many people, black and white, been programmed with. Correct. And most people don't know what we talk about. We say Willie Lynch. They don't even know what we're talking about. Do some research, do your homework, and you'll get it. And don't think you can't be subject to Willie Lynch programming because you're not African, because you're not of African descent. Okay, I believe that people, black and white today, have been subject to that same conditioning process. Not as brutal as it was in the 16th and 17th and 18th centuries, but same psychological conditioning process that literally indentured us to the wealthy for the rest of our life unless we make a conscious decision to undo that. And what you gentlemen are doing tonight is tapping into that, is digging into people's brain and saying, I need you to think. I want you to think. And the fact that you're young, 25 and 30 years old, and you're already there. So I feel blessed that at 20 years old, somebody said, hey, have you ever thought about being free? And I got it.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you understand? I got that thought. I said, what freedom? What? I didn't know. I was so stupid after 6 years of education. I didn't even know I was a slave. This is what you're dealing with. You're dealing with people who don't even understand they've been indentured. They've been. Anyway, I'm getting too hyped. I don't want to do that.
Keep going, sir.
Okay, you guys got it on the money. You guys are right there. You're helping so many people by this message. All I've been doing while you guys talking is texting people saying it's going down to goldrocks.info right now. It's going down to goldrocks.info right now. I done text probably 300-400 people since we're going to call saying it's going down to goldrocks.info right now. And I want to add one little thing. Mr. Delco said people make $100, they spend $99. I let Mr. Delco add one thing. No, they make $100 and they spend $150 because of credit. Okay, they make $100,000, they spend $150. And my son said to me a long time ago, and he said, what people don't understand, Dad, in us is that we learned a long time ago, we ain't about pretending to look wealthy. We ain't about faking it. We don't want to pretend rich. We want to be rich. And there's a difference. And once you get an attitude of trying to look like it's rich, and where the wealthy part of the middle class And so even the upper middle class, so-called upper, by the way, forget all them. Look, there's the affluent and there's the working class. Period. There's two classes, affluent and working class. And the game they play is making the affluent, making the working class look successful. You might be flat broke, but you got a $400 pair of tennis shoes, a $200 pair of jeans, a $200 jacket, but you got $2 in your pocket and no money in the bank, and you don't own anything.
Wow.
But Bill Gates walk around with $50 billion with $25 of Walmart clothes on.
Right.
Okay. Right. And we don't get that concept. Okay. We don't get that idea. But guess what? There's a group in Wealth Builders Worldwide is in the process of changing all that.
Yes.
And you guys are part of the group. I keep telling Mr. Delco, I'm retiring because I don't have anything to say. I mean, you guys got this thing, man. I appreciate you letting me say a few things every now and then, but the fact of the matter is, man, but I sit there and watch your streams, Jimmy, watch what Dwayne said, and Donovan is a quiet giant because the first time I really met him was at this last Let's Go weekend 7. Okay, because we spent some time together at that Let's Go weekend 7. Due to Mr. Delco, I said, "Who is this dude, Donovan?" I could tell he was a thinker because he didn't say much. He just looked at me and smiled. He just looked at me and smiled, and then he followed me around, helped me over here. Can I help you over here? I said, "It got a little thinker here, man. He's thinking about some stuff. His brain, you can see the wheels in his mind churning." Okay, and all three of you guys are really, you can tell, deep thinkers. And this is an incredible program you put on tonight. I hope thousands of people have tuned in and have benefited from it. Mr. Delco, I really do. The tools and stuff that we're bringing to people, man, it's unsurpassed. There's no one in the industry doing what we're doing to help people truly succeed and change life, not just their financial life. But when you touch on things like working and marriage and couples working together, I alluded to this morning the fact that I guarantee you, my wife and I would not be married today if we hadn't gotten networking in 1983. Because we got around couples and people working together that talk, man, I didn't know what it meant to be a husband. I mean, there's no husband. You talk about there's no financial classes. You went there list, Dwayne, about Napoleon Hill. There's no class in, now this is how you be a man. This is how you be a husband. This is how you be a father. This is what you do. This is man responsibility. Look, when I first got involved in networking, man, I said, I'm going to be free. I'm going to quit my job. The guy said, you might want to bring your wife home first. I said, who is this dude talking to me like this? My life like her job. She can work till she drops. As I'm concerned, I'm the one want to be free. He said, well, you might want to work on your attitude a little bit, bro. I was like, what? Anyway.
Hold on, Mr. Benson. No, you opened something. Look, let me tell you guys something. Two things. One, before I wrote this other one down, so let me say this before I forget it. Okay. Oh, gosh, this is so weird. Dwayne Taylor came up with this topic called bow the knee. And what he meant by that is to submit your will, Demi, to someone else's that is walking a trail that you want to be on. You have to submit your will to that person's mentorship. Ty Best always says, a mentor is not a person who you say is your mentor, but it's a person you listen to and do what they say. Right? And I promise you, there have been more situations than I care to mention where I might have said something on a conference call, a team call, and Ty or Valerie Best called me up, and I made myself coachable enough for them to tell me I did something wrong, or tell me I said something too harsh, or with the wrong temperament, or with the wrong temperature, and I said, okay, yeah, and I promise, I gotta say this, I didn't feel like taking it. Like it didn't feel good. You know, we all think that we don't mess up too bad. We judge ourselves by our intentions, but we judge others by their actions, right? So I knew my intentions were good. So, hey, everybody's judging me by my intentions. No, Mike, they're judging you by your words, dude. You need to clean that up. Don't say that like that anymore. Miss Valerie says, Mike, you need to read some books. You need to read at least 10, 15 minutes a day. You need to sharpen yourself. And I'll be like, man, it didn't feel good. But boy, was it good for me, because it changed me and turned me into a leader. Right. When you bow the knee and submit to someone, I'm going to say this word, it's a tough one, greater than you.
Right.
It's a relative term. But when you submit to someone greater, the reason why Dwayne can submit to me is because I've submitted to Ty Best, who submitted to Dexter.
Mm.
Because success leaves clues.
Right.
Don't watch a person succeed and then let your ego go a different path.
Gotta drop that ego.
Drop
That's-
it. Let it go. And then the second thing. Ty Best told me 4 or 5 years ago, he said, man, we start winning these long-term incentives. And you have a choice to take gold or the prize. And one of the prizes is Rolex, and they got a leather bag, and they got these different nice Mont Blanc pen. And so I qualified for the pen. And I said, I like that Mont Blanc, Mr. Best. That's kind of like, I like prizes. It makes me feel like I've accomplished something. And he said, Mike, that's a depreciating asset.
Mm.
I said, this man won't give me a break. I'm trying to show my success. I'm trying to show that I'm successful. I want that Mont Blanc. That's $1,000 writing instrument, Mr. Best. He said, yeah, but that gold is going to increase in value. He said, you're thinking like a poor man. That's like, that was hard. That was mean. But no, he's chiseling me, all right? So my brother was telling me about a friend of his who came into the $80,000. I was about to tell you this, and I distracted myself. He came into $80,000. He went and bought 2 luxury used vehicles. Watch this. Hey, let's laugh that up, because that's how the general population thinks. It's the dream car. One of them is a Mercedes. It's used. And my brother said it just smokes like a train. Like, guys, it doesn't take a wealthy person to buy a Mercedes. It takes a wealthy person to keep it.
Yes.
The oil change is 120 grand. I mean, $120, right? Special tires. I mean, it takes a wealthy person to keep a Mercedes running.
Right.
You don't run that bad boy for 2 weeks, it won't start. So many electronics on it, it'll drain the battery down. Right? So poor people think, oh, I want to look like I'm wealthy. And so I still have residue from that programming. Our car, we got a nice car, paid for. We don't have car notes in this family. Nobody has a car note. That's a wealth
to that.
I don't have a car note. Right. And so our car, the alternator went out. So I'm Big Papa, right? I'm Big Papa. I don't want to fix the alternator. I want to replace the car. So I go onto a lot with my wife, and I see a car I like. It's a Jaguar Portfolio. And Ty Best had already told me the car was beautiful, but it ain't worth nothing. But I still wanted it. So I saw the Jaguar Portfolio, 4-door cream interior. It was just lovely. And I said, babe, I'm going to go ahead and buy this car. She said, my wife, she had broke the programming faster than me. I've been free longer. She broke the programming faster than me. She's only been free 8 months. She said, no, we're not going to buy that car. I said, so I'm going to bribe her. I said, okay, I'm going to buy you the Range Rover, and I'm going to buy me the Jaguar. I wasn't going to take no note. I'm just talking. I was going to drive off with the title. My wife said, no, we're not buying cars. She said, when we spend $100,000 for automobiles, we're going to have 10 million.
That's right.
A depreciating asset should not break you.
Right.
But see, I didn't learn that from school or college or at mortgage banker class. I learned that from Wealth Builders.
It's mandatory.
That's right.
It's financial literacy is mandatory. Mr. Donovan Yarborough was having a conversation with a young lady, and then he can expound on it more if he wants to. He was like, what's your 5-year plan? He's like, well, it's da 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 da. He was like, well, financial literacy is part of your 5-year plan. He's like, if you get financial literacy, it's gonna speed you up to your 5-year plan. I promise you. And it's just, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's something magical. And like, we like really live in Wakanda and people can't see it. And you gotta have like special vision to get it, because
I don't understand it either.
If you get some financial education, I promise you, whoever's listening to your world will be rocked. Like something happens to you that you just change. And I don't know if y'all feel like that, but
You come out the matrix.
I'm like, man, I feel like
you feel like, what's the purpose of 12 years of secondary education and 4 years of college and 2 years of graduate school? What was the purpose of all of that? If it took me literally 3 books to learn everything I needed to know about money. Now I reread those books because I don't got it yet. I gotta get it. I reread all the information.
Right.
Oh man.
Wasting my time. And that's the calling. That's the evolution of an entrepreneur. You realize your calling in this, that, oh my God, I literally my whole life I felt like something's not right. Like I'm sitting in class, like, okay, teacher, what's that for? Okay, what am I going to use that for? When are we going to do this? When are we going to do that? Like my teachers were dumb enough to put the homework on the board when we walked into class. So while they're teaching, I'm knocking out the homework. So I can fold it up, put it in my book, and I get home and my pops say, son, you ain't got no homework? Well, pops, there's social studies homework done. There's math homework done. There's science homework done. I did it while I was in class. While they were teaching, I was in the book getting my homework done. And you're like, I'm not going to use any of this. So you realize that, man, that glove never fit. That's how, when I finally got to the point of seeing this, I was able to be like, oh yeah, put these gloves on. This is the gloves I've been looking for my whole life. This is what I've been waiting on. And I finally got it. I found it in something that I was told was a scam. I was told didn't work. I was told, I don't mean to bring y'all on the tangent.
Oh my God.
And I had to ask myself, and I told Mr. Taylor this, I said, I had to ask myself, what was the origin of that information? I can't pinpoint it. So it's truly the programming that it's just pumped into you that no, you don't want to take that route, take this route, like we do in the presentation. If you don't have a plan, one will be given to you. Go to school, get an education. Man, I'm done.
One more word. This word will probably set Mr. Best off again. One more word that you never, ever get taught in primary, elementary, middle school, high school, college, grad school, PhD. One word they never, ever teach you is the word freedom.
Never.
I don't even, you know what? The first time I heard the word freedom, I think it was on the Kunta Kinte movie, Roots. And so my only connection with the word freedom is like a slave escaping from a plantation to be free.
Wow.
We live our lives assuming we're free.
Right.
Yes, we do.
Wow.
Yes, we do.
It's deep program.
Here's freedom. Here's freedom. So there's an event in Miami for Carrot Bars this weekend. Here's freedom. We're going. When you want to leave, babe? Let's leave Thursday. When you want to come back? Let's come back Monday.
It's freedom.
A job, you have no freedom.
Okay, yeah.
None.
Right.
You're completely owned. They even own your weekend.
Wow.
Because your whole weekend is spent trying to get a bunch of stuff done because you got to go back to work. And we go to college. Check this out.
Man.
This is awful. We go to college to learn how to not be free.
That's why I said that it's a system that's basically making you poor. And this is the language of Robert Kiyosaki, making you poor. But when you say this to people, they look at you like you crazy. I mean, I wouldn't just come out to a stranger and say that, but once you come into the system, you're going to hear it. It's a shock. It's actually, in the times we living in, Mr. Delco.
Demi, let me cut across you. Miss Tanisha Glassby typed in the chat room. You talking about starting a fire. She said, and then they made you stand up and sing the Star Spangled Banner and made you think you were free.
Wow.
Look, this is gonna be a little sensitive. Let me give a disclaimer. Before I say what I'm about to say, because it's gonna be very sensitive. If you're watching via Facebook Live or you're here on Gold Rock, I'm about to say something very, very sensitive about the whole kerfuffle about standing for the Star Spangled Banner. for the national anthem. I'm gonna hurt you. So if you're sensitive politically or religiously or otherwise, I'm gonna ask you to log off. I'm gonna ask you to log off.
Life gonna be harder than the words you're gonna share, Mr. Delco.
Okay, well, I'm trying to give people a minute to log off because I'm gonna say something real hard. It's all true too. You can go study it for yourself. All right, so here it is. I gave you enough time to log off and to sign off on Facebook. So here it is. The third verse of the Star Spangled Banner celebrates the martyring of slaves. I'm not standing for that. I'm not disrespecting my country either. I respect and love and I'm a patriot. I'm not standing for a song that we need a new national anthem. That's what we need. Now, I'm not standing for that one. It's not about police brutality in the African-American community. It's about that song is rank. It shouldn't be no one in America should stand for it. But see, here we go. I told you it's gonna be sensitive now. So now I lost some friends. I just lost some friends, okay? But it's okay because it's the truth. The third verse celebrates the slaves being martyred. See, but see what we do? We get programmed. Well, you won't stand for the anthem. We just believe whatever we're fed as if it must be the truth. Here's a question. If everything you thought to be true turned out not to be, when would you want to know?
Right away.
Now.
Tell me now.
Don't accept the truth though, Mr. Delco. They don't accept the truth. I haven't stood up for that since kindergarten. That's how I was raised, basically. My mother taught me when my mother became a conscious woman back when I was a baby. I wasn't standing for that. And this is deep, you know, but this is America. It says in the Bible, we're not getting too, you know, we talking some deep stuff that the serpent will deceive the whole world. But we know it wasn't a snake and we're in the world. So it's this system that's fooled us and tricked us. And as the demise of this currency is coming to its end, the US dollar is coming to its end. This is the fall of what's going on right now. So if we continue to stay part of this system, everything that we see, I mean, because this is where all the outrage is coming through throughout the world, man.
Yeah, because see, guys, this stream is all over the world via technology. There is no land of the free. The free is in our minds. There is no particular geographic location where the free live. The freedom resides here. You can live anywhere in the world. Right? You can be free mentally anywhere you reside. Yes. Once your mind is free, you're coming out. See, we go to watch movies and we think we're being entertained when somebody's trying to pass us a message. They're slipping us a subliminal note. Right. You're in a matrix. And we're looking at it for entertainment value when they're trying to slip us a note and say, get free.
That's one thing the school never taught us too. It never taught us to think, because if we truly tapped into that freedom just to think, I mean, you can see it. You can see the wool that's been pulled over your eyes. You can see the lie that's been told, but yet, like Dwayne Taylor was talking about today, he could see his navigation saying, go straight. But he had been conditioned through repetition to go to the right. So without even being conscious, he was going to the right until he, at the last second, that consciousness woke up. Hold up, wake up, go straight. Follow the navigation that's leading you to the right path that you want to go down now. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, Mr. Dalco. Thank you for taking the call 5 years ago. Thank you for bowing the knee to Ty Best. For you bowing the knee to Ty Best, you allow Mr. Williams to bow the knee to you, Dwayne Taylor to bow the knee to him and you, and for me to follow in that lineage and bow the knee to Dwayne and fall up under that lineage. And what people mistake about bowing the knee is they think that we're bowing the knee to kiss your feet. I'm not bowing the knee to kiss your feet.
Thank you.
I'm bowing the knee to continue to sit under your words and to follow them. And the byproduct of that is this exaltation.
Well, right. I want I want to ask Ty Best this question to bring him back in for just a second. You don't want to climb the ladder of success only to find out you're leaning up against the wrong dadgum building. Ty Best told me the story of how he really achieved the quote unquote American dream. And he had the perception of freedom. Mr. Best, can you share just a teeny tiny bit of the story? I think it'll inform a lot of our mindsets to really strive for true freedom.
Well, I'm not exactly, because I tell so many stories. I keep thinking about it. I'm laughing at Donovan. Donovan, you be cracking me up, man, because our mind is so similar in the way we process information, and I'm listening to you, and so I want to address a couple of things you said. You're the first person I've talked to who did the same thing I did through school. Now you're making me think I'm smart, man, because I did the exact same thing you did in school. I did my first period's homework in the 6th period. While the teacher was teaching, I did my homework just do the next. I did the next class's homework in the class before. That's why I just did it. I mean, I never did homework because I played ball. I had to go to practice and stuff. I ain't had time to do homework. So I remember doing all this in class. And you're the first one I've talked to in years who had that same system. I just go to class. I'm sitting in the first class. I'm doing my 2nd period's homework because I did the first class homework in the 6th period the day before. I never paid attention to what the teacher was saying. I said, well, I can read that on my own. But anyway, that's one thing. Another thing, when we talk about having a need, it's not so much you're talking to somebody that's greater, but you're talking or sharing with someone that may have just a little bit more experience. Okay, I mean, Mr. Delco, he talks about me, but let me tell you something. I've learned so many things from Mr. Delco. And I mean, believe me, I was not on Facebook, texting anybody, didn't know what to do with a smartphone. It does, good to have a smartphone if you're a dumb user. Okay, or if you don't want to apply yourself to using it. You follow me? If all you use it for, you got a phone that could put a man on the moon, but you still use it to call your neighbor. Okay, that's all you use it for. So Mr. Delco had to drag me screaming to fight. Mr. Best, you text like this. Mr. Best, you do this. Mr. Best, you do mass text. Because I'm old school. I'm 63 years old, man. Okay? And look, and I still have to keep changing. Going, I got to change again. Got to change again. So anyway, but to address what Mr. Delco said, this freedom thing is, as he said, I know what freedom was either. Nobody ever taught me about freedom. No teacher ever said anything about freedom. Okay, I didn't know what freedom was until I said in a seminar. And the guy said, have you ever thought about being free? And somebody had to explain to me what freedom was. And freedom, as Mr. Delco just described, is you getting up when you want to get up, going where you want to go, coming back when you want to go. And very few people in their entire life attain that elusive thing called freedom, because freedom is when you have complete control over time and money. It's a combination of time and money. That's how you get free. Right. You got people who got a lot of time, but they don't have any money. And you have people who have a lot of money, but they don't have any time. I mean, you can find doctors, lawyers out there making $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 a year. They got some money, but they don't have any time to really enjoy it.
Right.
And I was 20 years old when somebody pointed out to me, said, hey, have you ever thought of being free? And said, well, this is what freedom is. Okay. Now I knew I wanted to sleep to the crack of noon, but I didn't know how to go about getting that done. I knew I wanted to take control of my life, but I didn't know how to go about getting that done. Until in 1983, somebody introduced me to networking and said, this is one of the rare fields outside of writing a best-selling novel, maybe, or having a hit TV show that'll pay you residual for the rest of your life. Okay. He said, here's a way for the average person to create a residual income that'll set you on a path to freedom. And I bought a hook, line, and sinker. I'm like Donovan again. Is this the scam they've been talking about? Well, let me in on the scam, because I'm in. Okay. Okay. I'm in. Okay. And from that moment, I got it. Okay. And that's why I use that Kunta Kinte example Mr. Delco talked about all the time, where he in Roots and Kunta Kinte kept talking about being free. And Lou Gossett had no idea. I mean, Lou Gossett was born enslaved, distinction now, not born a slave. Okay. Born enslaved. And he had no idea what freedom was. And Kunta Kinte kept talking about Kunta got to be free. And Lou Gossett looked at him like he's speaking a foreign language. What is this freedom thing you keep talking about, Kunta? And most people today, when you're talking to them and they have a job and they're doing the 8 to 5, And you're talking about freedom, folks. They have no idea what you're talking about.
No idea.
They have no idea. And so we have to be patient with them. We have to give them time to grow. We have to give them had time to, that moment, like Don was saying, 15 months later, his brain go, wait a minute. What was I missing? Why can I see this? Well, we all go through that. I think you have to be prepared, guys, to see this. Some of us get prepared for it. Like you said, Demi, your mother became conscious when you were a baby.
Right.
That made you conscious. My son been conscious his entire life. He's a whole different cat, man. You can't even. It's hard to talk to my son at 33 years old because he been conscious all his life.
Yes, sir.
Okay, read right now still 2-3 books every single week, sometimes 4 or 5. So, he's at a different place. The average person is not there. And that's where our leadership has to come in, to be patient with other people, understand what they've been through, and give them time to sort of grow in the business. And that's one of the biggest challenges we have with Karyabos, because it wanted to happen right now. Because, Donovan, like you said, once you get it, you can't understand why other people can't see what you see.
Right.
You're like, what's wrong with them? And you got to go back and say, wait a minute, it took me 15 months to see it. Oh, my gracious.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
I love Mr. Delco's story. It took 103 days to get free. Well, I said, yeah, but let's be real here, folks. Because if we don't be real, we're setting people up for failure. They think they can get in 103 days is going to be free. No, it took Mr. Delco 15 years of experience and 103 days to get free.
Mm.
Now, if a person will sit at his knowledge base, they can do it in shorter period. They ain't got to take the 15 years. You follow me? But they get free sooner. So anyway, I mean, like I said, I don't want to come on this call and take up a lot of time because you guys got this thing, man. And people need to hear from young folks like you guys. They don't need to keep hearing from Noah. Okay, they don't need to keep hearing from me. Okay, they hear from young folks who doing this thing. Okay, I hope my nephew's on this call right now tonight. I really hope they're on this thing. I text you, you got to hear it. Cause my nephew is 23 years old. I said, let me tell you something what's so powerful. You could flop at this thing. You could fail at this thing for the next 5 years. And at 28, find yourself at $200,000 a year in income and no employees, no overhead, no place to go. And you're free and you're only 28.
That's right.
And look,
I said,
speak on that, Mr. Bay.
Yes, please.
Look, if you're a millennial, look, if somebody is willing to take time out of their life to assist you to become a better person, you might want to listen, because they're trying to help you save yourself stress, time, energy, and money. I wish to God that somebody would have taken me early on in my life and gave me some instruction so I didn't have to go around trying to figure this thing out by myself, because it sucks. You waste too much time. That's the beauty of bowing the knee. The beauty of bowing the knee is you're submitting to somebody's wisdom and knowledge that they willing to impart. You just got to trust the fact that they there to help you. And I mean, if somebody's there to help you or hurt you, you automatically can sense that. So if somebody has already approached you and you're a millennial, look, let them save yourself time. We know what you already want. We've been there, done that. Let us help you get to where you want. And not only that, because you want to be at this certain place, but you got to have the mental ability to handle the wealth that this system produces. You have to have the mental capacity, because this is a different beast. This is not one of them other companies. So you got to stand on a strong foundation. You have to submit yourself to this knowledge and wisdom, because there's people that just know better than you in this financial realm of real money, and you gotta bend your knees so you can learn. And that's what makes the greatest leaders, the ones who are willing to be the greatest learners.
Right. But you said something there, Dwayne. You said this: if the average person understood that our total success is based on our ability to help other people succeed, we can't succeed. You've heard me say before, if you run across anybody who said, well, I've tried that before, I've never made any money, you just met somebody who's never helped anyone make any money.
Right.
Because that's the foundation of you making money. I mean, I'm not talking about you making $300 because somebody got a package. That's no money. I'm talking about making some money. Making yourself 50, 100, 200, $300,000 a year, $1 million a year. That means you help some people make some money.
Right.
And if a person understood just that one thing about our industry and what we do in networking is that we must help other people succeed.
Right.
Okay. And that's the foundation of your own success. And the more successful you become in helping other people succeed, the more successful you become. So here's the key. Take the eyes off yourself and think about others. And for a new person coming in, they got some women. I understand the comp plan enough to understand this person have a vested interest in my success. That's what got me excited at 20 years old. I said, these folks, the more information they give me, the more knowledge they share with me, the more I learn, the more they can earn from what I'm doing. Right. And wait a minute, and I don't have to pay them, my life savings to get the knowledge. Mm. They're willing to give the knowledge to me for peanuts, right. If not free.
That's right.
We're on here. Woo! Knowledge for free so people can accelerate their learning. Like, this is not happening in the corporate world. You don't do this in the corporate world. Like, man, you worried about telling your truth at corporate, they're gonna use it against you, stab you in your back so they can take your position. Man, I don't want to do nothing but help Donovan be great. Because if Donovan goes and be great, we both win.
That's right.
There you go.
Win. Yeah,
there you go.
Younger generation, man. If we have any millennials listening to this, and they're listening from afar, they got to see the signs. You got to pay attention to the signs around you. You have all the signs that older individuals working at the job with you. But we so stuck in this system, in the matrix, that we can't even recognize those that have failed before us. Not they failed based off ignorance because they didn't know the market was going to take their money. They don't even understand the market. They don't understand the side that they're on. Be as though to even understand how the wealthy continue to get rich. So if there's any young person who's watching this stream, just understand that we don't want you to be part of what has already happened, and that's failed. Not failing, it's failed. It's done. We're in a new economy. We're in a new time. And it's a great time for those who get educated. So if you're working with that older person at your job, that's you next. So you don't want to follow that. You want to follow a system that will give you your freedom. And I mean, it's a deep situation. It's a serious situation, but it's also a great situation for those who want to submit to another system.
And speaking in that same vein, Demi and Dwayne, like I posted on my Facebook today, you want to be on the side of history that says, I'm glad I did, not the side of history that says, I wish I would have.
Wow.
Hey, look, I hope this motivates a lot of people tonight. I want to show you something. This box, to me, and I know, Donovan, didn't that hit you? Isn't that box? Are we emotionally attached to that box, guys?
That's the first box. Was that the bronze?
This was the silver.
Oh, that was the silver.
This is where I started Karatbars. I keep all of my packages. Now, this is big. All right, watch this now.
First package.
Working all my life, since age 15 to age 48, 49-ish, somewhere in there. I worked all my life. When I heard about Karatbars, I wanted to be a VIP. I wanted to, but I was in a system that couldn't afford a VIP. So I settled for a bronze. This package was $525. To the uneducated financially, this is a box. To the financially astute, this is an income producing asset. I got the silver package and I started making more money with the silver package, which is the second tier up. It's bronze, silver, gold, VIP, and you earn more based on those tiers. I started making more at the second tier in a superior system than I ever did in the corporate America system. I out-earned my corporate America job in 103 days with a superior box. than I ever did in my corporate America box. Now here's what's deep. When I got in Karatbars, this is all I could afford, was the $500 box. After I quit my job and went full-time box, I was able to upgrade to a gold package and ultimately to a VIP. Now, here's what's funny about this. I used to earn with the silver box, and Mr. Best would always rib me. He would go, if you were a VIP, in other words, he was saying if you understood value over price, you would go VIP and you wouldn't worry about how much you spent. You would rejoice about how much you saved, how much you kept in this package. Because of being in a superior system, I'm a VIP. My business account is a VIP. Now this is a $2,500 package. I struggled in having a job. I struggled for the $500 package. I got in a better system. I'm a VIP. My business account is a VIP. My wife is a VIP. And my wife's business account is a VIP.
That's right.
And we didn't stop there.
That's right.
We didn't stop there. We
Assets.
got a cash box. All right, that's another $10,000 package that we got. We felt so in love with the company. We got 3 of these.
That's right.
And 2 of the pros.
That's right. That's
now,
right.
And the person will say, well, why would you spend $100,000 in business packages? I didn't.
Didn't.
The system bought them.
Your network is your net worth.
See, I mean,
you just saved your money in a package.
And
the asset got more assets.
And all the income producing assets and all the packages produce income, so I don't have to spend any money.
Right. The assets bought more assets. That's just how you look at it.
And look, I'm just as shocked as y'all are. It's like seeing Bigfoot. Like you heard the rumor all your life, but then he really truly exists. This system is fire. It'll make you rich, and you won't know really truly how you got there. The system is designed to make you wealthy, like Dwayne taught us today about how his brain wanted to turn off the highway without him thinking. The system will make you rich without you thinking.
Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
And let me talk to the person that might be talking to a person that hasn't made it yet. Don't base your success on them.
No, don't.
Right, you don't.
Don't do that. Do not base. Like somebody could be in the company 5 years and they made no money.
I apologize, Dwayne. That's the exclusive package. I'm sorry. We had 2 of them.
Yes,
I'm sorry. I call that the cash box. Those are the exclusives.
That's all wealth. Like that's all
assets.
wealth. Those are all assets.
They're all assets.
All those are assets that are creating a residual income. Like people don't understand how many multiple streams of income each one of those packages.
All under one umbrella.
Say that. Oh my gosh, say that.
Look, in one system, you got one trunk, you got like one main valve and 1,000 capillaries bringing you in residual income from all.
Mr. Taylor, there is there's a thing called compliance, right? Where we're legally, here's another one. Just ask yourself why. By law, the attorneys generals of the United States of America don't allow us to simply share with you the truth. By law, we can't tell you what we earn. Why not? But by law, we are not allowed to tell you what we earn. We're so concerned about compliance till we don't even tell our friends what we earn because we don't know who our haters are. They might rat us out to the AGs, and then we could lose our business simply trying to build your belief. Now, you go to college and they open up the book of occupations and they say the median income of a lawyer in Georgia is $180,000. The median income of a thoracic surgeon in Atlanta, Georgia is $225,000. The median income of, they can tell you what you earn in a traditional business model, but I can't tell you that this business package can create X amount of dollars for you. I'm not allowed to tell you that. So we have to be all vague and nebulous about the business model and hope you can do your own math. So we don't get in trouble. We can't even tell you the truth. Like, I'm only allowed to tell you that I couldn't afford VIP with a job, and now without a job, I could afford 4 VIPs, 2 exclusives, cash box, premium pros. Why?
That's all we do.
Why can't we tell you the truth?
Right. So who made that rule, Mr. Delco? Is that the IRS that made that rule? I mean, what did I know? Is that Karatbar's
FTC
compliance? FTC,
Well,
okay.
The FTC. But the other thing is, I mean, even presidents, as far back as I want to say, it was Woodrow Wilson that said, I didn't want a nation of thinkers, I wanted a nation of workers. I hope I'm not misquoting my dead president, but it was a president who said, I don't want a nation of thinkers, I want a nation of workers. It was First Lady Michelle Obama who said everybody deserves a chance to get into the middle class. There ain't no middle class. There's a working class and there's a wealthy class. There's no middle class. You're working or you're rich.
That's it.
Wikipedia says
system or labor, one of the two.
Right.
System or labor.
Wikipedia said John D. Rockefeller said that.
Thank you. John D. Rockefeller, not a president. Okay. A legislator.
Not a president.
But a legislator.
Oh, the strings, the puppet master.
Right.
There you go.
Right.
Oh, this is live.
What's up? Nah, we can keep it 100. Yeah.
Sir.
I mean, and that's crazy because that should tell you something. That right there alone, like you say, ask the question why. Why can't we tell you how much we make every week? Like, why?
Why
because Dwayne, it would help people if they knew. Look, there's one stream of income in Karatbars that you can earn without a package that'll pay all your bills. It's in the free position. I mean, like literally, you can. I would screen share in a heartbeat. You talking about build your faith? I would screen share in a heartbeat. There's a free position that'll out earn the median income in America.
Man,
in the free position, sign up and save gold, tell others, and earn more than people work 8 hours a day.
Right.
Why we can't tell people? They need to believe. But we can't. Why? Because the powers that be don't want a nation full of financially independent people. They need workers, obedient factory workers, either pushing pencils or welding widgets.
But check this out, Mr. Dalco. It's almost a blessing in disguise because those that can't see it anyway wouldn't believe anyway. Or they would think it's something special about you or us, but not that it's in them. That I'm trying to show you that it's possible if you believe. Oh man, that's just because you did this, like they say about Mr. Best. Oh, you had a team that you brought over here. No, I didn't. No, he didn't. He went back to work. He saw the plan and went back to work.
Right.
Built this and attracted us, the dreamers. Like I don't know if you said this, Mr. Delco, Mr. Best, but the next prepared dreamer. Oh my God, that's the rest of my 2018. Every day I'm out looking for the next prepared dreamer.
Right, fishing. Looking for you.
Reeling them in.
That's right.
Reeling them in. I see you. You dreaming over there. Yeah, how'd you know? Come on, what you mean how'd I know?
That's right.
It's my job to know. That's
right.
what I get paid to do. I get paid to find you and connect you to the right system.
Check this out. I was talking to Ty Best this morning, or maybe this afternoon. He was out and about, free man, doing whatever he wants to do. And I think he may have had one of his shirts on or something. Anyway, somebody asked him about what he does. And rather than sort of try to recruit them, he just handed them a card and said, call me if it makes sense. He didn't put any effort into recruitment. And we talked about that. I said, you know, Mr. Best, I probably have given out 200 business cards to waiters and gas station attendants, you know, people right around your immediate sphere of influence, people that you come in contact with, people working at Walmart, people working at the restaurant, you know, valet parking your car. Hey man, you do a good job. You give them a big tip and give them your card. And they never call you.
Mm.
And you go, that's interesting. The person that needs this opportunity the most is least likely to call me. And the person that needs it, in many cases, the least, is most likely to call.
Mm.
And then we go, well, dadgummit, why are the rich so greedy? Why they keep getting richer? It's the taxes, it's the president, it's the legislators. No, it's the mindset. Wealthy people are looking for ways to make money without their effort, while the poor and middle class are programmed to believe that you have to punch a clock and give 8 hours of your time to someone else for the security of a check that doesn't pay you enough.
Man, Dwayne's about to explode right now.
Never will pay you enough. Not in these times.
What? No, Demi, why would they pay you enough? Is the better question. It's not that they can't. Like people are getting excited about their 401k match. Where do you think the money's coming from?
Mm.
It's coming from the money they didn't pay you in the first place.
And it is coming from the incentive that they're getting for sponsoring you into that program. That's a tax write-off. That's all free money for them. That man,
Look, let me give y'all guys something that makes you really think so deep. And you can't appreciate certain little simple things. This is why I got so mad on Sherry Brown's audio this morning. You can't appreciate these little simple things. You get quadrant off into your political persuasion where you really just need to sit still in the middle, not left or right of the aisle. Sit in the middle and think for your daggum self. All right. The political argument is we want to spend all this money on entitlement programs, Social Security, Medicaid, Medicare, and all this. And the other side saying we need a stronger military. When the truth is probably right in the middle. We spend more on the military than the closest next 4 biggest countries combined. And yet you got a little country like North Korea who spends 1/10 of what we spend on the military and nobody attacks them. Why? Why? Because they have nuclear weapons. Ain't nobody gonna attack North Korea. So why do we have bases in 74 countries? All you gotta do is think. You don't have to be political. It's not political. Think down the middle for yourself.
Right.
All right. So why are we spending more money than the next closest 4 major nations? And then you say we can't afford health care for all Americans. I know, because we're spending 4 times more. Right, that's why we can't.
Man.
Now, you say, but why should I pay for your health care? Well, why should I pay for your war? I'm not mad at North Korea or Russia or China or Saudi Arabia or Iraq or Iran. Your president is mad at them. I'm not. I don't have a dog in that fight. Why am I sending my daughter, who's a captain in the Air Force, to Guam to protect our northeastern border? Why? Guam will fit inside of Hawaii. Why are we on Guam?
Right.
Y'all tell you why. It's because we're not defending the United States of America. We're defending the dollar.
Say it.
Because it has no value.
Yep.
All right, now,
That's what's going on.
Here's the rest of this point. When you're able to sit and think and get free, you'll appreciate if someone makes healthcare cheaper. Because when they're working a job, you got group insurance and healthcare being unregulated, they get to make this free money because they're snatching the healthcare right out of your check. They got guaranteed funds. When you're an entrepreneur, my wife and I now pay 3 times as much for our healthcare because we don't have jobs. You would want somebody to normalize and regulate healthcare. You won't care what the political party is in power. You'll just care about being a human and having a standard quality of lifestyle. We're the only industrialized country in the world who doesn't care for their citizens. Now your political filter now, you hearing Democrat, Republican. What I'm telling you is we're the only industrialized country in the world that does not provide health care for its citizens. Take your red or blue hat off and listen to me in the color of your skin. We're the only industrialized nation in the world that doesn't provide health care for its citizens. Why? Because we're the only industrialized nation in the world whose currency pays for oil.
Petrodollar.
So true.
Petrodollar.
They don't enumerate oil in euros. So Europe and the European Union don't need armies in 74 countries. They don't enumerate oil in yen or drachma or rubles or lira or naira or pesos. So those countries don't have to spend that much money to defend their fiat. We do. Just ask why. I'm not against voting. I'm not going there. What I'm saying is vote your conscience. That's fine. But the solution is not political.
It's not.
I've proven that now. I think I have. You can argue with me, but you can't argue with the facts. You're entitled to your own opinion, but not your own facts.
Right.
The solution is not political. The solution is on this live stream.
Sure is.
The hidden secrets of money, Mr. Delco. The
Exactly.
hidden secrets of money is exactly what you're talking
Mike
about.
Maloney. Yes, sir.
The answer is in the money. There we go.
Control the money, control the people.
And sometimes people's facts are just their opinion.
Basically.
Say it loud enough. Say it loud enough and long enough. We'll believe it. They'll believe it.
There's a passage in The Art of the Deal where President Trump, that dude is sharp. You can be mad at him all you want to. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Hillary Clinton said he doesn't pay taxes. He said, that makes me smart. He's got a passage in his book, The Art of the Deal, that says, tell a person something long enough, play to their, what's the word he used? Play to their fantasies. Tell them enough and they will believe you. I have learned a lot from that cat. You know what? You can say the truth. Dwayne said, Mike, how do we get through to him? And I said, keep saying it.
Repetition.
Just keep saying it. If you can tell a lie and tell people believe it, you can tell the truth and tell people believe it. Just keep saying it. That's why Mr. Best says, give yourself time to succeed. If you stay on the playing field long enough and you just keep on banging, you're going to pick up one dreamer at a time. Before you know it, you've got an army of dreamers and no one can stop you.
Wow.
Receive it.
Same here.
I mean, hey, if you're watching this, we just trying to help you get off the wheel. Live a free life. I mean, like, just really ask yourself, like, would you rather live a free life or a life where you got to stay stuck to a job? Just an honest question.
Man, if you still on this stream, it's almost 1 o'clock in the morning.
It is 1 o'clock.
Yeah, either you free or you desire to be free, and you don't want, because if a job is telling you what time to wake up, guess what else is telling you? What time to go to bed. God,
I'm gonna help you throw that alarm clock away.
Ooh,
man.
Say that.
Man, I will stay up all night. My wife's like, why you staying up all night? Because the job's not going to dictate when I go to bed. I'm a grown man with free will. I will go to sleep now.
That's right.
I make the statement, guys. I've said it before. If you're sleeping well, you don't see this thing anyway. those folks who are on this call right now, who are still on this stream, who are saying keep talking, they can't go to sleep.
That's right.
Okay, it's like me. I can't. I sleep. I'm 63. I sleep 2-3 hours at a time. I take a nap, wake up. I took a nap from 10 to 11. Okay, about 5 minutes later, I said, wait a minute, they're doing that show tonight. Let me dial in. Okay. If you're sleeping well, if you can climb in the bed and lay there for 15, 20 minutes and finally pass out, then you're missing something. You haven't really seen the true potential of your Karatbars business, or you don't believe it.
Right.
You either haven't seen it yet, your eyes haven't been open to see it, or you don't believe it. But once you've been open to see it and you believe it, you don't sleep well anyway. Okay, we can hang up right now, and I guarantee you, Tanisha Glass will still be on Facebook for the next 3 hours. Okay, you know what I'm saying? I'll be sitting there trying to, who can I call? Who can I talk to? It, and half the time I can't call Mr. Delco because he done passed out. Okay, it'd be 1 o'clock in the morning. He and Moby gone. Okay, and I be saying, because I done took a nap, and I like right now my schedule's, I'm up about 5 o'clock in the morning. Between 5 and 8, I'm watching all these streams. Mr. Tales, I'm watching yours, Dom. I'm watching Demonstry. I'm watching all these streams between about 5 and 8. Then I'm talking to folks. Then I get my walk in, and then I'm getting on the power call, and I'm talking to folks all day. By the time I get home at 6 or 7, I eat something. I pass out about an hour, and then I'm back at it again. I might pass out about 2 hours. Then I'm back at it again. Okay, the people on this call right now, Demi, I guarantee you, they're on this call because they can't sleep anyway. So you can hang up and keep talking. It don't matter. They're not going to bed.
I get up at 5.
Okay, they're not going to bed. And I'm like you, Don. But look, when I was young, I'm glad I started saying at 28. I mean, I can remember working the business till 4 o'clock in the morning, coming home, taking a shower, going to work at 6. I can remember coming home, not even taking a nap, just come home, drive the car, put the car in the garage, run upstairs, take a shower, put on my work clothes to go to work at the corporate headquarters, and just go straight to work. Never even took a nap. But that was back when the business was hard. That was back when you had to do all that kind of stuff. Really, come on, I'm sitting in my pajamas right now. You guys call me in my pajamas. I didn't have a cap on, didn't have my face on, got a t-shirt. I'm lying in bed, getting this information from young minds. I'm eating it up. Okay, it's a hang around young people, keep you young. Well, I appreciate everything you guys have said tonight, man, and I'm telling you, it's helped fuel me. Okay, and I'm inspired. I can't wait to see all you guys ride around in Lamborghinis. I can't wait to have a Let's Go weekend and about 10 Lamborghinis pull up.
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Delco say, because by the time you buy them Lamborghinis, you're gonna be worth $5-10 million. It's gonna be like buying a stick of gum. You know, you ain't stretching for it. You ain't financing it. You just buying it because I think I'll get one of those. Okay, right. we put up to the Let's Go weekend, and we got it's 80,000 people at that Georgia Coliseum there, and you got like 25 or 30 Rolls Royce and Bentleys out front, Lamborghini. They said, who is in that? Oh, this is old Karatbars in town.
That's right. Save a lot of gold, tell a lot of people, make a lot of money. That's us. That's it.
People along their journey.
That's it.
Their position on this map, this thing we call life, this thing we call.
That was you speaking, Dwayne?
You
muted. Somebody was playing a video.
Oh, okay. Wow. That's nice. Yeah, man, but it's just dedication, man. It's just passion. It's just love. It's just real, man. Being part of this and just to have our mentors and our coaches on here with us, man. It's just a blessing, man. And
raising us up, man.
Yeah, that's it, man. And this is anyone that's struggling, any wealth builders that's on here struggling, man. This is all part of me personally. It's nothing else I want to listen to or talk to. I just wake up with the information, man. I wake up with the podcast. I wake up with listening to old videos from our leaders, from Mr. Best, from Mr. Delco, from Mr. Teller, Donovan, from Mr. Higgins. I go on, and Mr. Higgins always on Periscope dropping some. No, I just wake up to this. It's what I call the miracle morning, man. Just get up and put the sweatpants on and brush the teeth, hit the face, and sit down, read the book for about 20 minutes, and get on the floor and do a good workout, man, and get on the computer for about 4 or 5 hours, man, and building a network, and then hit the streets. It's just a life. It's, you know, this the life we gotta take on. You want to be free, man. You gotta get this stuff in your system. You gotta make this your life. This must be, you want freedom. This gotta be your life, man. I don't deal with none of that matter, none of that football. I used to love it. But me sitting down 2 hours, an hour watching the game, that could have been 2 hours of me networking, and I missed meeting that person I'm looking for.
Preach,
so, I mean, that's just it. That's just me. That's just what I do. You choose to do what you want to do. But if you want freedom, you want freedom, just like you went through that system to have you working on that in that deadbeat job for the rest of your life. Now you got to transition over to the freedom system. And it's just completely different. The slave system is what got you the way you are. Now you talking about freedom, you got to put yourself in this thing 24/7, man. You wake up, you at it. You go to sleep, that's what you're going to sleep thinking about. And when you go to sleep thinking, you wake up going right back at it. That's just me, my opinion. So if you want freedom, this thing got to be part of you. It got to be in you, man. It's my life. I don't want to even talk about nothing else. That's why I don't have my family. I'm sorry, I can't help it. I'm going to talk about wealth. I want to talk about getting to the next level. I don't want to talk about anything else. I don't want to listen to nothing else. But that's just me. That's just me.
No, look, hey, Demi, that's not just you.
Yes, sir.
If anybody's want to be free, because look, people call me and said, "What's a good time to call you to do a three-way?" I said, "Anytime."
Yes, sir. That's right.
So why? I said, because if I don't answer the phone, it means I'm on the phone or I'm asleep.
Yes, sir.
I said, because I don't bowl, I don't fish, I don't hunt, I don't hike, I don't play baseball, I don't play summer softball, I don't watch TV, I don't watch football. When my phone rings, if I don't answer the phone, that means I'm on the phone or I'm asleep.
Yes, sir.
Period. So you don't have to schedule a three-way call with me. You can, that'll help, but the bottom line is I'm answering the phone when the phone rings. Period. Because my recreation, my fun is building wealth and helping other people get free. That's my fun. That's what I do for recreation. That's what I do for fun.
It's glad to say sleep when you die.
That's right. That's right. So, you know, I'm with you, Demi. So what, you know, hey, welcome to the team, because that's where I am. People say, how do you get free? I said, real simple. That's all I thought about was freedom. They say you're attracting like what you want. All I thought about was freedom. That's right. Okay. I never saw Barry Sanders run a touchdown. Okay. I mean, that guy had an illustrious career. And the reason I use him as an example all the time, because when I finally got free and my brother sent me a disc of all Barry Sanders exploits for Detroit Lions, I said, man, that guy was good. But that whole 9 years he played, I never saw the guy touch a football. Because I didn't have time for that. Man, I had my job at that point. I'm trying to get free.
Right.
And it cracks me up when people got a job and they still got time to bowl and play in the summer softball league. And they go fishing, they hunting, they've been to Disneyland 3 times, I've been on 5 cruises. I'm like, hey, do what you got to do. But you know, hey, I'm scared. I'm scared I'm gonna miss my next superstar out there playing. Okay. So you know, I ain't got time. Or better yet, the resources, okay, that it takes to go play. When you can put that resource in your business, build an asset. Right. Man, it's too late to start on another subject. And look. Guys, look, I'm just listening. I'm going to be quiet. This has been great. I can't wait till you do it again because it was incredible. I don't know how much we promoted it. But between this and what's going on tomorrow night with the follow up and the close, and then on Friday we got the WW Gramathon going on. This is just a powerful week. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
This will be my last words, gentlemen, and this is just in the vein of what Demi just spoke on and what Mr. Best just said. With the original question and the journey of an entrepreneur, because that's truly been my journey for the last 17 months that I've been a part of this, learning to get my feet under me so that I could walk, learning to run, and now spreading my wings so I could fly. But I love the fact that the evolution of an entrepreneur is that now my ears and my heart is receptive to opportunity. I'm open to opportunity. I've answered my phone so much for the automated sales call because I found myself one day, I answered the call and it was a live person. Hey, I just wanted to let you know that I have, and I said, I'm not interested, and hung up, and my spirit arrested me. I don't know what that person on the other end of that phone had, I don't know what they were selling or offering, but it could have been the very thing that I've been looking for or needing or wanting or desiring. I may not join I'm not going to join another opportunity, but I may not take advantage of something that somebody has because it's not for me at this time. But doggone it, I listen. I hear this. I hear the end of the matter. Okay, tell me what you got. Well, we're doing new home warranties. Okay, thank you. I'm happy with my home warranty now, and I appreciate the time. And I end that call like that, not a, hey, I'm too busy. I don't got time for this, to hang up. I'm open to opportunity because that's what I want to attract, people that are open to this opportunity that we have. And gentlemen, I've enjoyed listening to you, speaking with you, and I'll shut up and listen to the rest of what you guys have to say.
I want to add one more piece of what you just said, Donovan, and also that could be them calling you because they need what you have. So always keep that in mind.
Thank you.
Always keep that in mind, guys. I've had many people call me here, and they got something they want to pitch me on, and I hear them out. And then I said, well, the time is not right for me right now. I'm involved in something that has me pretty involved and pretty busy. They said, what you involved in? I said, man, this may not be for you. I'm taking it away. And they said, well, here's my website. Go to TyBestGold.com. It makes sense. Hey, check it out. And sure enough, I've had them enrolled. I just turned the whole thing around, but I soft sell it. So, look, I love people call me now. I love those ones who call me and say, man, I got a program. It's going to put 10,000 in your team in the next 90 days. I hear them out. I give them their 5 or 10 minutes. I hear them out. I said, man, based on what you just said, that's incredible. What I think you ought to do, I think you ought to sign up for my program right now to utilize that thing to put 10,000 people in Karatbars International. They said, what's Karatbars? I said, well, I get back to that. You ought to sign up for my program, man, and get the 10,000 people involved over here. I guarantee you, we have lined up buying your program on the door. You'll move so many. You just got to prove it to us. Well, no, you said you guarantee me to have 10,000 people in my organization in the next 9 days, right? Yeah. Well, enroll. Use that to create the 10,000 people here. You find yourself over $100,000 a year residual income. Continue to grow, man. It'll blow your mind. And you also move thousands of people into this program you got going. Turn around. So anyway, God bless, guys. Good evening. Dream big.
Thank you, sir.
I'll end on this note. I wanted to kind of comment on something Demi said and Mr. Yarbo. Demi mentioned something about the struggle, and since we're talking about the entrepreneurial journey, I'm really sensitive to words now. I'm really sensitive to what comes out of people's mouths because I understand when you speak, you create. So when you say struggle, Demi, I want us to put it in our mindset that we're not struggling to do this business. We're going through something called designed effort to help you become who you're supposed to be. So you going through a process called designed effort. It takes effort to get through the things you have to get through. It's not a struggle, but it's designed effort because it's designed to help you grow. But if you see it as a struggle, guess what it continues to be?
A struggle.
But if you change your mindset and say, no, this is designed effort, this is my programming, this is my conditioning, and you begin to turn this thing into a joy, then you begin to radiate joy and you begin to attract joy. But if you keep looking at it as a struggle, you see it as a struggle, it becomes more of a struggle. So try to change that mindset. And then Donovan said, I just lost it. Well, it doesn't matter. I guess I wasn't supposed to say it. So just stay on your journey. Just don't quit. Like whatever you do, the entrepreneurial journey is just that. There is really no destination because you're always going to be seeing new levels of yourself and who you are, and you're going to be seeing new reflections. And when people come by and you got something on your back and you can't see it, and they say, "Hey, you got something on your back," don't get offended. They trying to help take something that's keeping the light that's supposed to be shining. They trying to knock the dirt off so you can shine even brighter. So when somebody comes and brings correction or brings instruction, that's what it's designed for, because I can't see all my angles. I need somebody to look at my back and say, yo, if I have a booger in my nose, I hope you tell me I got a booger in my nose, right?
Right.
Yeah, for real.
So if I'm asking you to help me grow, or I know this is a growing process and somebody comes and checks me, I got to get checked. Like, put your pride down. So all you cats, well, that's another speech. I'm out. One.
And on this note, gentlemen, thank you for that, Brother Dwayne, Brother Don, for Mr. Best, Brother Higgins, and Mr. Delco. But I end on this note. You know, we have choices, and this, even though the entrepreneurship journey may be, it's a challenge that, like Brother Dwayne just stated, that builds you. We only have one choice to succeed, and it's really to be an entrepreneur and to be a leader. The other road is not going to be too good, you know. So if anyone's on the fence looking and listening into us, what we do in Karatbars is very simple. But the journey just to share video, the journey to speak to someone, the journey to do a three-way call, the journey to come out and or just answer the phone. This is the struggle that you may just go. Is in this. I'm sorry, I got to learn from what Mr. Teller just taught me. This is the challenges that you may go through, because what we do is simple. We just save money. That's it. Very simple. But the challenge to keep going. But it's an amazing challenge because it builds you. It builds you. But you only have a choice in the times that we're in to be a leader, be an entrepreneur. But in the digital world, it's simple. We just share videos. We just plug into the information. We plug into the leaders. We work on the number one asset that one can have, which is your brain and your time. So, ladies and gentlemen, anyone on the fence that heard this information, we just are here to serve you. We're your servants. And when you really come to understand that the more people you serve and help, the more success and freedom that you will have, but you have to be bringing people value. Because if you're not bringing them value, you're bringing them nothing. So I end on that, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank everyone for the time. I want to thank just to be a part of the all-star team. Never thought I'd be a part of the all-star team. You know, we coming up, we looked at Jordan and we looked at Magic Johnson. We looked at all the, man, this the all-star team, man. This
Man,
is the
that mean you right
all-star
there,
team.
brother.
Hey, brother, man. And, you know, and that's, you know, Mr. Higgins, student always, man. I'm a student for life.
I can
I'm
tell,
a
brother.
student for life, man. It's all about learning and listening to those that are bringing this type of information, brother. So I'm a student for life. Gentlemen, Mr. Delco, Mr. Higgins, Mr. Donovan, Mr. Teller, Mr. Best. It's been an honor tonight, gentlemen. I can't wait
Honor, gentlemen.
again.
It's mine. Everybody have a great night.
You, sir.
All right, y'all.
Good night, guys.
Good night,
Ow.
gentlemen.
All right, gladiators.